Hi, I'm Danielle the Clay Lady. Welcome to my studio on the Clay Ladies campus in Nashville, Tennessee. Today's lesson is how to measure the specific gravity of your glaze. Specific gravity is the measurement of the ratio between water and your dry glaze. Too much water, your glaze is too thin. Too much glaze, your glaze is too thick. How do you find just the right measurement? If you mix your own glazes, or if you have glazes in your studio, you can measure 100 cc's of your just mixed glaze where it's just right, and note the grams. That way you can check the specific gravity if you are questioning whether your glaze is too thin or too thick. In the Clay Lady studio, we carry opulence glazes. Mid-South Ceramic Supply manufactures opulence glazes on our campus. They have over 60 glazes. We carry 20 in our studio. One thing that we do is on the mixing instructions of the opulence glazes, it measures your target specific gravity. So I'm going to make sure and check the specific gravity of our 601 Autumn Frost. I can look at our instructions, and it tells me that I'm looking for a specific gravity between 154 and 156. So the first thing I'm going to do is mix the glaze. Make sure to get all that dry material up into the water, especially if your glaze has been sitting for a while. The glaze will settle to the bottom, and we want to make sure that we get all that material up into the water. After you get a good mix, you want to have a graduated cylinder, a gram scale, and then a pitcher to pour the glaze into the graduated cylinder. I need to be sure and tear out the graduated cylinder. So I've turned this on, I put my graduated cylinder on here, tear it out so that it says 0. I'm going to stir this up one more time because just even in that moment of talking to you, the glaze has started settling. So I want to make sure that I mix that up. I'm going to get my pitcher, go into the glaze, not just to the top, and I'm going to pour the glaze into the graduated cylinder to 100 cc's. I'm going to weigh this, and I have 155. So if I check again, anywhere from 154 to 156, that's just right. So what would happen if your specific gravity wasn't on target? If your gram number was higher than the target number, that would mean that there's too much glaze. Because glaze is heavier than water, it sinks to the bottom. So that's how you can remember that it's too much, it's too heavy. So you would need to add water. But if your target was not met because the number that was read on your gram scale was lower, that would mean that there's too much water. So you would need to wait a day, let the glaze settle, cast off some of the water, mix, and then measure your specific gravity again. Measuring specific gravity and knowing the specific gravity of your glaze will help bring some consistency to your glazing, which is very important in a potter's world. I hope knowing how to measure specific gravity for your glaze is helpful and brings some consistency to your glazing in your studio.